live! Alright. Anyways, I'm going to start recording for the podcast real soon. How's everybody doing? No one's here yet, so it's okay. It's okay, but recording for the Twitch. Also going to be uploaded on YouTube real quick. Also on SoundCloud. It's going to be everywhere. Shit's going to be everywhere, so make sure you check that shit out at the SkyLounge. It's going to be available. All links are going to be all on the description page, wherever you are. I'm telling you, you want a piece of this action. It's going to be fun. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit here. My goodness, what is going on? You know, how's everybody doing? Everything good? Good. I don't really care. It's all hypothetical here, boys and girls. All hypothetical here. Oh, god damn it. Alright, I gotta go to that goddamn athletic club soon. They call you wanting payment for a dead person. Yeah, my dad's membership expired. I'm like, god damn it. I gotta go there and explain, like, hey, my father died. I don't know. And I listen, man. I don't mind saying it. It's just I have to explain this shit. Like, god damn it. It's just me being a lazy fuck. That's really it. And that's just me ranting. I'm gonna read a bit of news here real quick. It's just really an article I just want to read up real quick about FS1. Undisputed ratings up, but is it worth it to keep? Boop boop boop. Oh my god, Skip Bayless gets paid fucking $25 million for 4 years. That is ridiculous. Holy shit. All right, 151,000 viewers. Really? That's not. Oof. When accounting for studio programs. Shows, daily studio shows are up 30 over a year. I mean, it's the whole transition from ESPN to FS1 a lot of people are making. So, I don't know, man. This, oh, Jesus, fuck. Oh, man, this is kind of depressing. It's kind of fucking depressing. But, yeah, you know what? Let's get on with it. Let's get on with this podcast. Let's get on with this recording. Let's turn on all the machines here, all the little gizmos we got going on here. Again, recording here for the Twitch and also on YouTube. Will be available on SoundCloud real soon. So brace yourselves, boys and girls. Brace yourselves for some shit. Because my voice is very loud, and you might just want to bear in mind. Oh my god, I'm telling you, this camera, this fucking. I need to get a proper tripod or some shit. That's really what it is. So, all right. Without further ado, boys and girls, if you are ready, join this ride with me. Let's fucking go. Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 98. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome, and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Let's get started. Okay, topic of the week this week, in the presence of unmitigated non-performance failing. Let me ask you this, guys. Doesn't failing suck? Yeah, doesn't failing suck? Of course it does. Of course it does. The next follow-up question is, you always ask people that question. Doesn't failing suck? Right? And yeah, you say absolutely it does. You ask anybody that, absolutely. But the question then comes, can you avoid failure? And I said no. I say no. I say fuck no. Fuck no, you can't avoid failure. You can't avoid failure. Because you'll fail something every day. Okay, let me reiterate that point. You'll fail something every day. That is the reality of things. You will fail something every day. Whether you want to say it or not, you will fail something every day. Because as much as you think you are in control, there's that 1%. There is that 1% you don't have control over. There is that 1% of your life aspect you can't control. And it's the outside force. It's the outside shit. And sometimes that aspect can fail. And it happens. It happens, man. And here's the thing. So when you can't avoid failure, what can you do really about failure? Well, you can minimize it. You can minimize failure. And here's the thing, because when you minimize something, it's always there. The thought in the back of your head, that thing, that little lump, right? It's always there. It's always going to be sticking around. It's always going to be in your thought. But you let it creep in there. And you keep it as a reminder that, hey, I got to get better. I got to make sure this doesn't happen again. And that's really what minimizing is, in my eyes at least. You assess the damage, you process that damage, and you figure out a way to minimize that if you can wipe out that damage, great. But if you can minimize that damage and move on from there, move on and work from there, that's the key. That's the key to gaining all that traction, to success, eventual success. And this is the thing. I think, and this is the thing, boys and girls. I want to keep it simple here today for the topic of the week, because it comes down to just simple shit of step one, assess yourself. Assess yourself. Self-reflection is a bitch. I've said this multiple times. Self-reflection is a bitch, but if you start asking yourself some pertinent questions about yourself, you'll start learning more. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you have to work on? What is it about you that makes you you? Highlight the good points. Get the weaknesses. Make them your strengths. Is that difficult? Absolutely, it's difficult. I'm not saying do it overnight. It's an eventual process. How do you lose weight? It's a process. How do you win games or video games or anything? It's a process. It's a process. You follow along the process of going through level by level, step by step, and it's just patience. It's just patience and understanding what you are and what you can do and moving on from there. It's very simple. And it's weird because it's simple, but it's very difficult. It's a simple concept. Everyone can say it, everyone can get it, but it's a very difficult thing to put it into practice. And that's the thing. Understand how you function, and it'll better help you navigate out of failure and eventually to success. And that's what it really is. Is it going to be imminent? Is it going to be immediate? No. Sometimes it can be, sometimes. It all depends. But again, working hard can eventually not lead up to anything. But you know what it teaches you? Character. It gives you character. It gives you that, I just got my ass kicked, but it's okay, I'm going to get back up and do that shit again. That's what sports is about. That's what life is about. Shit. Sometimes that's what fucking is about. Woo! Goals! Woo! Goddamn. But ultimately, guys, let's keep it simple here. When you fail, embrace that shit, get back up, learn from that shit, and get better. Nice and clean. All right, Souse. Sports and other weird shit. And boy, oh boy, was there a lot of sports this week. Here in America, we got some American football. But let's talk about some international football here. Because, boys and girls, Arsenal did not play this week. Arsenal did not play this week, boys and girls. Arsenal faced the international break. Faced the plague of international break, and we all fucking hate it. Well, I mean, there are some of us who fucking love international breaks. Some fucking weirdos, but I don't know. Oh well. At least it's over. And so next week, that was quick. Next week at Newcastle United, week number 5 for Arsenal. September 15th, that's going to be a really long bar day for me. I will be at the pub from 4 a.m., possibly till midday. So 12 p.m., I don't know. Jesus Christ, I'm already fearing this shit. So let's get that. Let's get that win. Let's have Arsenal keep going. Let's have Arsenal keep this momentum up. They've had 2 decent wins. Shitty defense, but decent wins. So let's translate those. Let's translate those wins into a momentum where we can just start winning games. All right, let's start doing that shit. And football. I mean, this is the thing. Just actual football, please. I don't care about international friendlies. I don't care about the Nations League. give a fuck. I just don't care. But what I do care about, what I absolutely do care about, my boys here. My boys. You know, Russell Wilson, the Seahawks, the Seahawks. I care about the Seahawks. So let's talk about the Seahawks. Because bum 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 doo doo. NFL is officially back with week number 1, where the Seahawks went to Denver and faced the Broncos in Denver territory at the Mile High fucking stadium, where we lost 24-27 on September 9th. Oh boy. Let's talk about the scoring. Let's talk about the scoring though. So Disley, our new boy, tight end, converting from an Earl Thomas interception. Glad to have Earl back. I love having Earl back on our lineup. He looks great. He looks healthy. He's been working out. And I'm hoping the defense can gel. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And Lindsey's a curious case because this kid was a fucking nightmare all day for our team. He was gaining yards. I believe he had 100+ yards, 1 touchdown in there, and that was the touchdown I'm talking about. Equalized the game. And then at least Janikowski flips the script a little bit. 35 yards. Nice old field goal here. And unfortunately, though, in the first half, we had to end it with that fucking backflip touchdown by Sanders. And just goddamn it. And the McManus punt. Kaput. And so we come out in the second half firing. And just capitalizing on Bradley McDougall's fucking interception. Whoa. I thought not having Cam was going to be a nightmare. So individual pieces for the Seahawks defense are looking good. They're providing interceptions. And the reality is Case Keenum came out with 3 interceptions. He came out with 3 interceptions this game. It does say a lot about the individual piece of the Seahawks. Also, for me, it says a lot about Case Keenum, which we will also get to. Brandon Marshall gets his first touchdown as a Seattle Seahawks. Great to see him get a touchdown early on in the season. That's good to see. McManus also gets a fucking field goal in there, kaput. And Tyler Lockett with the 51-yard pass TD. I mean, such a good player to have. And we have him locked in. So, yay. That's awesome. And unfortunately, we end the game with the Demaryius Thomas touchdown and death blow drive. And it was death by short passes. And for me, that comes down to team cohesion. The team isn't completely gelled together yet. I'd say it's about a week or two. Give it a week or two. But unfortunately, the NFL, a week or two is like a month or two. Okay, it's the equivalent of a month or two. Or let's say a month. Like a game is about 3 weeks, right? In my eyes, that's how I see it. If you think about it in terms of like baseball, basketball, hockey, in terms of that stretch of games, it feels like that. And I'm just hoping they can figure this shit out before I want to say the home game because I honestly think that Chicago game next week is a loss. I really think that Chicago game next week is a loss. And unfortunately, it is what it is right now because it's a new system, it's a new bunch of kids that has to gel with some of our old veterans. And if they do gel well, great. If they don't, fuck. And so let's talk about the quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, 19 throws on 33 attempts, 57.8 yards, 57.8%. My apologies, 57.8 yards. Jesus. 298 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That last interception came at the very last drive, last second of the game, and that was kind of annoying. But Case Keenum, 25 passes on 39 attempts, 64%, 329 yards, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions. For me, that is kind of alarming. Individually, I'd say, yes, the talent is there for the Seahawks on our defense. I do not doubt that. I have said this individually, it looks good, but it has blown up in the sense that we don't have the original pieces anymore. We are technically rebuilding, quote-unquote rebuilding, but defense is going to take time to gel into a cohesive unit. It is going to take time. We don't know if it's going to be next week. We don't know if it's going to be a month from now. We don't even know if it's going to be this season. So let's be patient. That's all I'm saying. Let's just be patient. Individual talents again, but it will take time. And for me, the kind of standout pieces in the game was Carson and Penny. I don't even say just Carson. I say Carson and Penny because Penny was getting a couple of those like short yards at third down, like second and third down, where I was like, man, this is like if he can face a sub decent defense, like a B minus B plus defense, because I honestly think Denver's defense is a solid A minus. Like for me personally, I'd say an A minus. So having said that, right, if Penny can capitalize on these short gains at a very strong defense, I'm just only imagining what he can do with the fucking shit defense. Just run a train over them. So I'm excited to see those two. Carson with a beautiful fucking hurdle early on in the game, and the thing that really makes me excited about these two guys is the fact that Russell doesn't have to fucking run for his life anymore. Right? Now we have a running game. Now we have a bit of running game. Now we can actually just hand the ball off to the big, the guy, the beast down the middle, and just fucking feed him. But we'll have to see, because next week we are going against the Chicago Bears at Bears territory at Soldier Field. I mean, oh my goodness, this is going to be tough. And it's Monday Night Football. I can't wait. I mean, but you have to realize Khalil Mack is going to be there, right? It's going to be still cold weather. Well, I'm imagining it's going to be cold weather. I'm pretty sure it's fall, but Russell Wilson and the boys hopefully can get it. So let's get it, boys. Go Hawks. Let's fucking go. And let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the other teams in the NFL. And I don't know why I just mentioned just the Dallas Cowboys, because I do want to talk about a couple of other teams and noticeable fixtures here and there. But starting with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys partners with WinStar World Casino as the official casino of the Cowboys. Now, first football team to do so. I think this will be a good deal and a huge deal down the line that'll pay off dividends in the future. Legalization of sports gambling alone is going to drive up that sales and to the casino and to Jerry. I mean, Jerry Jones's stadium is going to have more comp guests based on hotel earnings and hotel winnings. So that's for him to tie them up, and for me, like seeing like the cycle of how hotel businesses work. It's kind of crazy to see how that might actually, fuse itself together. So I'm losing track of words today because my brain is dumb. And, speaking of dumb, let's talk about Michael Kendricks. Michael Kendricks of the Cleveland Browns pled guilty to insider trading and may face up to 25 years in jail. Oh, that's the most brown shit I've heard. That is the most brown shit I've heard. And let's talk about week 1, because there's another brown shit I've heard. Here you go. Let me read this out real quick. By Sunday, September 9, 2018, the Browns went 624 days without a win. 624 days without a win. Now it's 625 days. Well, technically 627. Actually, 626, I apologize. 626. Now 662 days with their tie against the Steelers for the first tie. I'd say it's more of a loss on the Cleveland Browns than it was a loss on the Steelers, because the Steelers choked away that game so fucking hard. They deserve to lose. They absolutely deserve to lose. But unfortunately, the Browns couldn't capitalize on that shit. And it was crazy, because there were people all throughout week 1 that did capitalize on their chances. And we have to talk about this guy, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick or Fitzception? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm reading here. 21 for 28, 75%, 417 yards, 4 touchdowns. What the fucking hell is going on here? Fitzpatrick? Jesus Christ. So I don't know, man. It just football season just gets crazy. The storylines in football season get crazy. You know what also gets crazy? Weather and weather logistics for sports stadiums and any kind of business, any kind of institutions and businesses that hold anything outside. Tennessee versus the Miami Dolphins, the longest delayed game in NFL history due to 2 weather delays. Thanks, Florida. Thanks so much, Florida. Really appreciate you. All the weird gun violence and the fucking thunderstorms. Awesome game. Lots of lightning, but wait. Don't they disappear in crucial moments? Yeah, that's totally a jab at Tampa Bay Lightnings, who we will have to talk about in a little bit here. And this is the thing with the NFL. And, there were other games, there were other stories we can talk about. But the one storyline that stood out to me all weekend, and that has still stood out even after the Monday night game, Aaron Rodgers Injured in the first half. Team had a 20-point deficit going into the second half. And that was a fantastic showing by Khalil Mack, by the way. In my opinion, that was a fantastic showing by Khalil Mack in the first half. Looked great. Ate Brett Hundley up like a fucking, like just chowder. It was easy. And Rodgers comes back and hobbles his way to the end. And Green Bay wins 24-23. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is why you pay the man. This is why you pay the man. And also, this is why you have to pay for other pieces around him. Protect your quarterback. He almost died out there, man. Oh my God. It was a bummer watching that shit on live TV. I'm just thinking, oh God. He's going to get injured again. Like, you don't want, as much as you don't like a team or whatever, for me, if you like a sport, you have to appreciate the individual talent that is within the league itself. And for me, Aaron Rodgers is a star talent. As much as Green Bay and how much they destroyed, Seahawks in their history, in their long, long history. It's just one of those things where I just say, man, I hope he's okay. I really hope he's okay, because you don't want to see that. You don't want to see a player injured, especially a star of his player of his caliber. You don't want to see them injured. But, with injuries, with all these crazy storylines, that also comes a time of excellent trash-talking, banter, and stats rating. And that comes to talk of fantasy football. Because, Lord, the poison chalice that is the lovely season and the lovely drink starts from the NFL. And it ends at fantasy football. It really does. So for me, I'm in 2 leagues this season. I'm managing one for a buddy of mine, so we're going to split the profits when we win. Not being cocky here, boys and girls, I genuinely think we have a very good shot. Good waiver trades. We should be all right. The other league is a bit intense. Points are ranged in thousands. With defensive players and all that shit, QB flexes, so that is actually fun. And I want to take it seriously, but I don't think I'm going to do too well, but we'll have to see. We're going to have a little fun with that shit. So starting this week, guys, for the NFL and the NFL season up to the Super Bowl, I will be starting a new segment on the YouTube channel called the Piggy Skin Picks. Wow, I could not pronounce that properly. So the Piggy Skin Picks. I wanted to call it Chicharrone's Chances, but I figured that may be a little too literal, so I said, fuck, anywho. The point of this will be to pick my upcoming week's winners and losers and provide a prediction for each game. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of sports media shit, so I've been going crazy over like what content I could make, what shit I enjoy talking about on a day-to-day basis, and hey, what better way? This is season of football, let's get this shit started, right? And so I'll throw some wild fucking predictions in there too sometimes, just for shits and giggles. And it'll be video evidence, motherfuckers. I'll have papers, I'll have betting papers, all that shit. If I bet that week, I will show you receipts, all the fucking papers and shit. So let's go. Let's have a good fucking season, boys and girls. And the Lakers haven't even started their preseason, but we have to talk about that because LeBron watch at the Sky Lounge. Our man is global. Our man is everywhere. And I swear to you, he's everywhere. And I know all you fuckers are thinking right now, oh, he's a Lakers fan, but we should hate LeBron. No, if you're a Lakers fan, you should fucking love LeBron. If you're a Lakers fan, you should love the history of the team, not the individual players. For me, the team is above the players. The team's above the players. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. No matter how much the talent elevates the team, at the end of the day, the team is a greater piece. The team is a greater whole, and the player is a piece of that organization. From the janitors to the equipment managers to the coordinators to the coaches to the players, the team is the whole. Right? The players is an individual piece. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. And other clips showing. LA boys working out in the UCLA facility over there in El Segundo. Looking good. Alonzo, posting up new shots. He's looking pretty good, but I'd honestly say come game time, it's going to be the same shot mechanic. I don't think it's going to change, but I think the accuracy might get better. I think Rajon Rondo is going to be a great mentor for Lonzo. I think Lonzo, right, bold prediction, boys and girls. I'm not lying to you. Bold prediction right here. Lonzo Ball will improve to, I'd say, a 11, 9, and 7. 11, that's 11 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. I can guarantee he'll get that good. And I'd say about a steal and a half per game if he stays healthy. A steal and a half. Is that crazy? I don't think so. I think Lonzo can get there. Maybe even better. If he can bump that 11 points up to maybe a 15 or 16 points, steady increasing. And eventually, I think Lonzo's going to get to this point where his rebounding skills will go up so much he might be able to post regular double-doubles. His rebounding is unbelievable. His tenacity on defense is just ridiculous. So everybody knows I'm a huge Lonzo fan. I hope he does well, and that's really it. I hope the Lakers can kick some ass come preseason time. Oh, we're going to have some fun, and the NBA watch continues as preseason is still not here, but is imminent very soon. And Luol Deng is signed to Minnesota Timberwolves for a 1-year deal. Cool, so Thibodeau really wants to reboot the 2010-2011 Chicago Bulls. All right, cool. All right, great. All righty, so Basketball Hall of Fame Class of 2018 inductees. Let's talk about them. Ray Allen, Steve Nash, Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, and Tina Thompson. Notable picks for me. All these cats, amazing careers. Even Grant Hill, despite how injured he was during this latter stages of his season, unbelievable statistical anomaly, that guy, when he did play. Steve Nash, what can you really say about that man? He's a legendary point guard. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer, absolutely, as is Ray Allen. And, you can say the same thing with Jason Kidd. And unfortunately, I'd never seen Tina Thompson's work, but for her to be part of that first Houston dynasty for the WNBA, that three-time winning Houston team, fantastic. They elevated the sport of basketball to a new level, to new audiences, and to a new market, to be quite frank. And congratulations to them. They're an unbelievable bunch to elevate the sport, to put the sport on the map like that. And it's going to be great to continually see players, inducted into the Hall of Fame from when I saw them as a kid. So that's just going to be crazy, and I'm going to feel old as shit one day. The eventual day when LeBron James gets entered into Hall of Fame, I'm going to feel old as shit. That's the day I'm going to be like, oh, God, I'm an old man. And anyways, speaking of old men, let's talk about the WNBA, because that's not about old men. It's about women and men officiating the game. WNBA final, good Lord, it is addicting. Because I love basketball. I love watching basketball, and holy shit, this WNBA final has been fucking fun. I mean, Sue Bird of the Seattle Storm, man. I have never really watched the WNBA up until this point, but Sue Storm of the WNBA, what a stud. She is amazing. I like clutch moments. She's shooting threes. She's driving up the lane, and she's a vet. I mean, she's doing this at like early 30s. And I'm nerding out here because it's so fucking good. And here's the thing. Seattle leads the series 2-0, and they can close out the series tomorrow. They can absolutely close out the series tomorrow. So I will most likely be trying to catch this game. It's going to be really good. I'd honestly think so, because I've been shitting on the WNBA, but boy was I wrong. It's fucking great. If you're a basketball fan, you owe it to yourself. You absolutely owe it to yourself to watch some WNBA. I'm not joking. Please do so. The mechanics of the threes on the WNBA squads between the Washington Mystics and the Seattle Storm, it's kind of unworldly. It's kind of fun to watch, and I'm telling you guys, just try to digest this shit. It's so fun. But when we're talking about fun, we got to talk about the Vegas Golden Knights, don't we? These guys. Oh, sorry, Harley. Sorry about that, babe. But we got to talk about these guys, the Vegas Golden Knights. And the Vegas Golden Knights are actually doing the rookie face-off right now in Vegas. The young prospects are playing against other prospects in other respective clubs. And it'll be fun to see which of those young prospects eventually move up. But, spoiler alert, there was a big trade that involved a young prospect within our ranks wait for it, for Montreal Canadiens. We sent them Tomas Tatar, Nick Suzuki, and a 2019 second-round pick. The Montreal Canadiens get the guy who we paid 3 picks for. And again, those picks were absolutely expendable. In my eyes, they were absolutely expendable. Nick Suzuki, who is a fantastic prospect. I'm kind of upset to see him go. I really would have loved to see him develop with Cody Glass through the ranks, and would have loved to have seen those guys play together. And maybe him with Carpenter, too. That would have been fun to watch. But unfortunately, he's gone. And a second-round pick of 2019, which, again, is expendable for us. So it's whatever. But the question is, who do we get? Who do we get for good old 3 trade? Max Pacioretty. So Max Pacioretty is officially a member of the Vegas Golden Knights. Welcome to the Vegas Golden Knights, Max Pacioretty. I can't wait to get the season started. You know what, season ticket, Montreal Canadiens game, I'm definitely going. I think that's going to be in February. I definitely cannot wait for that game where Max Pacioretty goes against his former team. That's going to be so fucking fun to watch. And as soon as they sign him, we get a guaranteed contract extension with Max Pacioretty, 4 years, $7 million a year, $28 million contract, and still no captains for Vegas, and which I think is a great model for now. It's still your first 2 seasons in. George McPhee is having a good idea to just let that be and just keep this winning culture going. No need to predicate the one guy captain thing. Everyone's a captain. Everyone is a leader. Everyone needs to just do their jobs. I think if you carry that philosophy through and through, we should be contending for playoffs every season for the next 5 years. Every season for the next 5 years. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see the NHL just have the expansion team go from how it was labeled as failing businesses and institutions to something that's going to be competitive, yearly competition, yearly trades, yearly drafts. That's going to be fun to watch. And the rest of the NHL is jealous. And you know what? I say, they hate us because they ain't us. That's right. They hate us because they ain't us. And let's talk about the last thing about the fucking NHL, because we got to talk about other shit. Stevie Yzerman, GM of the Tampa Bay Lightnings, has stepped down from his role as the GM. Another L. I think this is a huge L for the Lightnings. I think Stevie Y has done so much for this organization, and for him to step down, I think it's going to be a huge deal. And he's a cap guru. I think what he was able to create in that club is fantastic. That core he was able to create and draft through. But we'll have to see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be right. If other prognosticators and shit's gonna be right. But we'll see. We are still about a month away from puck drop though. But guys, remember to check out all the preview and prediction videos on the YouTube channel. I have all these preview and prediction videos out because I want to know how fucking wrong I am. Because I'm a masochist. Anyways, when you're a masochist, you have to cheer for teams that are kind of inconsistent. And when we talk about inconsistency, we got to talk about the Dodgers. And when we talk about the Dodgers, I swear, they win 2 games, they lose a game. 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 A proverbial 66.6% team. Don't choke this and please make it to the playoffs. That's really it. That's all I'm going to say. And, that's really it. So moving on to the U.S. Open. All right, let's talk about the U.S. Open. And congratulations to Naomi Osaka on beating Serena Williams for her first ever Grand Slam win. Congratulations to Osaka. And I know Serena Williams is getting a lot of notoriety for all the crazy media shit that's going on right now. Let's keep this shit real simple, real clean. Serena, you fucking lost. You choked this shit. Get over it. All right? This whole fucking social media shit, stop it. You lost, and that's that. Don't blame it on the refs. Don't blame it on the umpires. Don't everybody go fucking hyperbolizing shit, man. All right? Don't everyone start saying like, oh, this is racist. No, she lost. You lost the fucking game. This is what sports is about. If you lose, you fucking lose. That's it. Unless it's football, then you draw. Fuck. But whatever. That's all I'm saying on that shit. Because I don't want to drag the fucking Serena Williams shit any longer. Because all these social justice warriors are going to come out of the fucking woodworks. Oh, this is racist. Like, get fucked. Get fucked. I don't give a shit about that. Get fucked. Anyways, congratulations Can't pronounce today. I swear to God. Is it Cottonmouth? Is it the Highness? I don't know. I just don't know today. But congratulations to Novak Djokovic on beating Juan Del Potro. Djokovic is having a great year. I believe what did he win? He won the did he win the French Open? I think he won the French Open. And Djokovic just has been having a fucking fantastic year. And for me, it's just upsetting because I'm a Federer fan. I really enjoy Federer playing. And for Federer to just not get to the final, it is upsetting. It is upsetting to see that, but hey, what the fuck can you do? And remember, guys, all weekly writing is on the SoundCloud description and on the description page on the Twitch and the YouTube page. So make sure you check that shit out. Weekly writing number 34, genre adventure, and the title is just so basic. I just said to another adventure. I was rushing this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wrote this while listening to the album of the week, which we will talk about in a little bit here. I wanted to set a warrior couple in a fantasy medieval world. I'm not gonna lie to you, kids. I've been sticking to happy endings. I've been watching a lot of films with happy endings, and I think that's been really reflective of my writing. I think this is, to be honest, writing happy endings is the easiest route. It's the easy route. It's not when you take the sad endings and morbid endings, right? It takes more out of you. So when you do the happy endings, it's just it feels like a cop-out in some sense. And speaking of cop-outs. Speaking of cop-outs, Next Gen. Apple. Weekly film number 34. Next Gen. Okay, so what's this movie about? In this Netflix original, a loner teenage girl named Mai comes across Deus Ex Machina Robot 7723 as they uncover a devious plot that has the Steve Jobs and Apple equivalent villains trying to destroy humanity, and it is up to them to stop it. And this is how I equate it. This movie is basically Apple and Apple products, plus WALL-E, plus iRobot, plus Iron Giant, plus the writers of the Transformers movies. That's Next Gen. Is that mean? I don't know. Honestly, I thought the plot was flimsy at best. It really didn't help when the fucking characters. Oh, fuck me, the goddamn characters. All right, you know what? Before we dive into the negative zone that is my brain of being an asshole and that my alarm clock is going off, hooray. Let's start with the positive. Singular. Let's start with the positive. 7723. John Krasinski as Jim Halpert, a.k.a. Jim Halpert, a.k.a. Beefcake, a.k.a. Stud, is one of the best parts of this movie. He brings 7723 to life. And, seriously, shout out to John Krasinski, who is in everything nowadays, and I love it. Even though I don't watch everything, I still love the fact that he is now blown up. He is everywhere, and I fucking love it. And as cliche as it sounds, Krasinski brings a very human element to 7723 that makes it interesting whenever it's on screen. Whenever that character is on screen, I'm always thinking, oh, thank God. Thank God he's on screen. Something's going to happen. Something interesting is going to happen. Unfortunately, it is usually paired with the most uninteresting and most fucking frustrating character in this entire movie, and she's the protagonist. Mai! Okay, so let me ask you boys and girls a question. How do you create the most unlikable character? Make them a teenager. Give them very artificial context as to why they're the good guy. Justify whatever they do as good, and their action will have no consequence despite how malicious they may be. And remember, I say good guy. And make them unnecessarily self-aware yet blissfully ignorant when the plot demands her to be. This is the character Mai. This is literally the character Mai, in my opinion, where, and in so many words, I can only package that in so many words. And guys, pardon my French. This is a cunt of a character. I'm watching this fucking movie. I'm getting frustrated. This is the person I'm supposed to cheer for? This character's a cunt. This character's a miserable piece of shit. Everything revolves around you, you fuck. You think your mother's terrible, and oh, good lord, some of these support characters are the worst. And I swear, and these characters are just tropes that are just vanilla bystanders. They don't even matter. They don't matter. They're negligible pieces. They're just plot devices at best. At best. And this is the thing. I wanted a lot of these characters to die at the end. I just said, oh God, I've had enough. I've had enough. I just want these characters to die. And that was how frustrating the plot and the characters were. Despite the fact how much I adore, David Cross. I mean, I adore David Cross, no matter what he does. I mean, Jason Sudeikis is pretty solid as that Steve Jobs psycho character. And even down to the dude having the buddy who built the technology with him, becoming a passenger. Dude, this movie has, the fucking voice actors are great. Jason Sudeikis, John Krasinski, David Cross. Those three guys are fucking great. But all the other characters, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with these characters? There's nothing going on. And goddamn, Next Gen Apple, what the fuck is going on with this damn movie? And I'm gonna call this movie Next Gen Apple because this movie is it's taking so many jabs at Apple. It's not even funny at a certain point. It's like, good lord, this is it. This is it. And now the fucking conspiracy theory is gonna come out. Spoiler alert: conspiracy theory is gonna come out here, where Siri might be Steve Jobs. Because in the movie, we find out that the main antagonist is actually a robot. His skin, the human skin, is a fucking flesh skin. He's a robot. And the actual fucking robot is a person. I don't know. I'm just saying Steve Jobs could be Siri. That's just me. But visuals. Let's talk about the positives in this film again. Visuals. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. And that's not sarcasm, wow. That is fucking, oh my goodness. Wow, that's amazing. Gorgeous effects. And the animation was top-notch. Top-notch animation. Shout out to Baozu Manhua, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, and Netflix to bringing this dope-ass eyegasm to screen. Fantastic action sequences with robots. That looks so real. And it looks really fucking good. Not to mention the crazy pseudoscience schematics they show you throughout the entire movie. And for production studios to have that much designs in play, that's so cool to see. And shout out to all y'all doing that out there. I know individual artists are out there. I know one of my boys does that shit. So, hey, shout out to y'all just fucking grinding it out. And let's talk about the music. Because the music is literally half and half, where the original soundtrack is gorgeous. Shout out to Samuel Jones and Alexis Marsh for creating tracks that were so in tune with the visuals. The visuals and the music alone should be this entire movie because it's so fucking perfect. But the choice of other tracks that weren't Jones or Marsh's were pretty bland and vanilla. They were pretty shrugs. They were shrug marks. It just blended and oftentimes it just got annoying. And some of these other miscellaneous shit I want to point out, and mind you guys, I was screaming at myself at the end of this fucking movie. Why were all the characters still alive? Why was Maya alive? Why was any of this fucking real? Why was any of this a thing? And here's the thing, my idea for this movie is make it a PMV. Make it like a music video where you have all these amazing PMV, I don't know, preview, music, PMV, MV, I don't know. but amazing, gorgeous visuals, and put the Jones and Marsh music taking that wheel, man. That last scene where 7723 and Ares are fighting each other in the sky with the music playing, it's just so fucking good. Visuals is next level on this shit, but the script is just so fucking bad. And the other part I would say about this movie is make John Krasinski do the audiobook for this movie. Save that talent for the one part that was good, which was John Krasinski. His voice acting was fantastic. Maybe just keep John Krasinski, David Cross, and Jason Sudeikis. Those three voice actors. Because the other folks were kind of meh. They were really kind of meh, in my opinion. And for me, having said this, understanding now, seeing this movie, someone needs to make a goddamn Gundam movie. Okay? Somebody needs to make a goddamn Gundam movie right now with all the plot and grittiness of the Gundam universe. Because, oh my god, if China, somebody buy the rights to Bandai Namco and fucking make a fucking Gundam movie. This movie's visual was fantastic, but no plot. If you have a Gundam universe built like this, Jesus, it would be fucking fantastic. So let's give this movie a good old review here. I give this movie a 6.0 out of 10. Despite the popping visuals, fantastic soundtrack, and John Krasinski as voicing 7723, Next Gen is hampered by flimsy plot and a cancerous main character and her band of convenient plot device characters. That's really that. I just, oh God, I just hated that ending. Hated that ending. Album of the week. I wanted to try something new. Sir Paul McCartney's Egypt Station. Great album to listen to if you're looking for something different away from hip hop and EDM. A bit of good old Beatles sounds, bit of the Wings sounds, but ultimately it's Sir Paul McCartney. And here's the thing with Sir Paul McCartney. He is still rocking it at 76. He is still fucking rocking it at 76. He is outperforming, out-rocking, and outliving cats that are half a century younger than him. Okay? And boys and girls, that is not a joke, because literally this entire week, there was a lot of deaths. Okay? Because it was an odd week. It really was an odd week. Burt Reynolds dies of age 82. You know, rest in peace, Burt Reynolds. Shit. And Mac Miller dies from overdose at age 26. Literally half a fucking century. Paul McCartney. Good Lord, he's amazing. Paul McCartney. And so here's the thing. So two deaths in this week. I'm thinking, man, is Ariana Grande going to be at another funeral where she gets oogled and groped at? Oof. Yikes. Anyways, this week we went to the J-Lo concert, and man, I can't lie to you. I had a blast because I don't know really a lot of J-Lo songs, but Moving and Grooving, she has a lot of great songs out, and shout out to J-Lo. I understand that she can be a bit of a diva personality in terms of customer service agents who have ran into her. Lots of stories about her. And despite that, I still had a great time because her work is fantastic. Her actual musical work is unbelievable. So the amount of shit she had was a huge list. So we were having a blast just doing that shit. And so guys, when we talked about failure earlier, I did fail at something this week. Driver's license test yesterday, and I didn't pass. And, it sucks, but it is what it is. It really is. And I just got to do better next time. I made a lot of errors, and that's kind of life, right? You make errors, you got to learn from that and process that and just move on. Move on to the next one. And guys, I want to talk about this because it is the day where it is an odd day, ain't it? September 11th. Today is September 11th, right? September 11th, and we all remember the lives lost 17 years ago, 2001. Very long ago. I know some people weren't even born at that point. I was in elementary school at that point, and regardless of your political agendas, this was a huge tragedy in our nation, in the United States. And a lot of men and women lost their lives, but many men and women provided so much of themselves as well. Okay. And my respects to all the men and women in the police and fire department all across the country. Because I know y'all get a bad rap for a few rotten eggs out there, but I know most folks are just trying to do their jobs. All right? And they're just trying to give back to the community by risking their lives. So thank you. Thank you. And that's really that. I mean, September 11th is just time to remember, all the lives that we lost, but also remember that, hey, there are still men and women in the police force and men and women in, the fire department and everything else to keep our community safe. So let's just be appreciative. All right? I understand that there are negative things going around in the media, but just be appreciative. That's all I'm saying. Just be appreciative. Regardless of your political stance, just be appreciative of the protection that we got in this country. All right? That's really all I'm saying. And guys, I want to talk about this last thing, Spider-Man. This game may or may not take over my free time for the foreseeable future. I'm not sure. Because my initial response for me, the controls are so responsive, and I feel like I'm playing Spider-Man 2 back from GameCube days, man! And, I mean, it's that game, but on steroids. It is that Spider-Man 2 game, but on fucking steroids. And it is unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. So, I can't fucking wait to keep playing that game and bring more content to you guys, because next week on the SkyLounge, I'm going to be grinding like strippers on poles. Not literally going to be dancing on stripper poles, by the way, so calm the fuck down, any of you jerking off right now. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining me this week. Make sure to, subscribe on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at The SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Now, fuck off. All right. Good recording. My voice is a little shot right now. Just because I talk a lot. I talk in succession a lot, too. That becomes a bit of a thing. But yeah, this is going to be up on Twitch, obviously. And then it's going to get back on the YouTube channel. So yeah, this is going to be always, remember boys and girls, it's going to be live on Twitch first. And then it'll be uploaded to YouTube at the immediate, in the immediate future, really. So having said all that, we're good to go for the day. Thanks for tuning in, Alfie. I understand that, I don't, during the talk shows, I don't really interact. Apologize about that, but hey, kind of the format of the thing. But we're definitely here to bring more content this week. Definitely going to be playing more Spider-Man like I talked about. But yeah, we're going to be getting back on Twitch real soon. So keep it real, bitches!